But it's Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies, and I want to talk about effective marketing. I've been thinking about this a lot in the last little while. This question of how do we market in a way that's most effective, that's going to get clients. And yet, as soon as we go there, for a lot of people, there's this sort of second thought of, well, I want my marketing to be authentic as well. And so what I'm noticing is there seems to be this gap between this sense that marketing is inherently inauthentic, and so that we need to do it in an authentic way. So how do we have it be effective and authentic? And I want to pull that apart a little bit, because when we talk about marketing being effective, I think it's good to pull apart what we mean by that. And I think what we often mean by that is that we get clients. It's effective because we get clients, people pay, they show up. And so that the goal then in marketing becomes about getting sales and getting clients. And marketing is effective for us if it does that. And I think there's a truth to that, but I also want to step back a little bit further, because I think what's really effective in marketing is if not just that we're attracting clients, but we're attracting clients who are a perfect fit for us. And I think that's the piece that often gets left out. And that's the piece where it becomes authentic, because there's one way to look at marketing where it's like a come here process, and we're trying to seduce people, we're trying to get people to say yes to buying something from us. There's another way to look at marketing where we look at it like more of a filtering process, where we've got a lot of people, but we're trying to almost push people away to make sure that the people who really show up are actually a fit for what we have to offer. And I think that's what makes it authentic. I think the inauthentic piece in marketing comes from when we're trying to get people to say yes to something that may not be a fit for them. Where marketing feels naturally authentic is when we get really clear about who's a fit for us, and then we put it out, and people can say yes or no. They can make their own decisions based on that. But what's really tricky is when people think, well, I'm going to make my goal to not be the truth of is this a fit, which I think should be the goal in marketing. I think that's what makes marketing authentic. And when it is when the explicit goal is to get to the truth of is this a fit or not, and to help both of us, the buyer and the seller, figure out is this a good match. But what people often try to do is they think, well, I'm going to have this agenda of getting the sale, getting this person to say yes, and I want to do that in the most authentic way possible. And I think that's where it gets all fucked up, and that's where there's so much stuff in the marketing scene or the conscious marketing scene, that for me doesn't feel great, because I feel like that's what's happening. There's this agenda to get as many people as possible to say yes, but to do that in the most effective or authentic way possible. And the challenge is that outcome, or that agenda, to get somebody to say yes, isn't an explicit agenda. In fact, it's often covered by, no, I would never want pressure. I want this to be an authentic conversation. This is a more conscious, high vibe form of marketing. But if the agenda is ever in life in general, to get anybody to do anything, especially in a hidden, covert way where we're not explicitly saying that that's what we're trying to do, that's when it feels uncomfortable. When the agenda is just, I want to offer this, and if it's a fit, make it really easy to say yes, I think that's when marketing feels really good and is really authentic. So that's my thought. I'd love to hear your reflections on it.